So I've made it out of Jeonju safely, and I've left particularly early because, well, there's not likely to be that much traffic on the road before 11. People don't tend to wake up early here. And of course, I'm used to waking at 5 in the morning and going to work. So my body clock is set a little bit differently, which is great for driving. I am well out of town in a place called near Gwyssang. Oh, Stella's just turning herself off. She'll turn back on shortly. Yeah, the navigation thingy, I name them. Yeah, and the scenery here is absolutely stunning. The mountains are something else. Anyway, I thought I'd give a little feedback, perhaps, on where I was staying in Gwangju. Great place called The Way, I think, and it's like a dorms above Holly's Cafe, right in the middle of Jeonju. Fantastic location, so that you can stop there and just walk everywhere from there. But what I will say is that you pay for what you get. So it's like a dorm situation. You can get a private room with its own bathroom and everything, which is what I did. But you've still got shared cooking facilities, which are very, very minimal. So don't go thinking that you're going to have full kitchen access, because you probably won't. I had difficulty because the new proprietor had just taken over shortly after I had made my full payment and reservation a year ago. And so she was having some issues around finding that payment. And that still hasn't been resolved. But I know I've paid, and I'm not paying twice, because it definitely wasn't worth double. If you're someone that likes a soft bed, be prepared. These beds are pretty solid. I could feel the springs of the mattress, and it was very uncomfortable, particularly for a curvy lady like myself. Yeah, it was pretty hard on my hips. And yeah, the hostess and her daughter are lovely. They are really lovely people, and they try their best. Oh, the other thing is too, I recommend, if you're staying there, try and get a room far away from the street if you prefer quiet, because if you're at the street end where I was, you will find that there is a singer that likes to position himself straight underneath your window, and he's not too bad. He's working for the notes, but if that's not your jam, you want to be at the back of the building. And I think that they've got a lovely, I think it was room 9, and they had futon mattress on the floor, and I actually went and tried it out, and it's not too dissimilar to the beds in the other rooms. So, you know, the rooms towards the back, you get a little balcony space as well, which is a nice little addition. The ones at the front at the street end don't get that. The other thing to do if you're staying there, head right up to the roof, because there is a nice big shed balcony space up the top there. You can do barbecuing up there if you wish, and it gives you a really great view out over the city of Jeonju. So there's a couple of little tips there if you're planning on staying at the Way in Jeonju. So I'm being a bit naughty again and doing the old videoing on the steering wheel thing while I hold it, but we haven't got a video mount. So this is a massive long bridge that goes around the edge of this lake area here. It looks like their water levels are wicked low at the moment, and yet there's no snow melt. So yeah, it goes for quite a way. Speed limit is 60, and we're currently doing about 80. but everyone else is doing about 120. Gotta say that wind out there this morning is fair icy, and I do not see any snow, but it feels like snow. It's really, really cold. Yeah, the wind seems to be blowing the traffic around a little bit there too. It's either that or they're attracted to my car for some unknown reason.
In 400 meters, moving camera zone.
There we go.
Speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
There's Stella telling me what to do again. She is handy. There we go. Off the beaten path a bit to show you this area, which is heavily agricultural. As you can see here, they're renowned for growing table grapes and persimmons and all of that sort of great stuff around this area, and a whole lot of ground crops as well, like leek and that sort of thing. I'm seeing a lot of workers out in the fields today. The weather is actually stunning, but you wouldn't know it from the air quality. Over my shoulder as I pan around, out in the back there, I can actually see with my polarized glasses that there are some magnificent mountains out in the distance. Without the glasses on, you can't see them at all. It's like a dust bowl in here. Just about every river I've gone across is empty. It's dry as a bone. The dust quality or pollen quantity in the air is huge in here. But this whole place is surrounded by mountains. It's like a basin, basically. So, in a way, I'm not surprised that it is the way it is. So yeah, interesting. On my way to Daegu, I think is correct, Daegu. And then Gwangju after that. So we shall keep going. So I was talking about air quality.
In 600 meters, speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
Thank you, Stella. Yeah, so check that out. It's just horrendous. So I've just received an emergency alert in Korean, of course, but I could hazard a guess what it's telling us is that air quality has reduced significantly today, and that people are required to wear a mask, or advised to at least. I have just found my first Korean dam. I might have a look at it. It's actually quite low. Yeah, what a small dam. So I've just left Stella. She's very upset with me because I've gone off piste again. Anyway, it's actually quite windy, and the wind is chilly, to say the least. But I'm interested to see what's at the top here. So you can just climb up the steps, and wow, okay, looks cool. This is the dam. Oh, and you can go for a walk around it. It's a little walkway down there, and security cameras all around. And it's freaking freezing. So obviously bird life is okay here. Far out, it's just spotted. There's ducks, birds and things. Nice walk right the way around, and places where you can sit and watch the view. And some, they look like peach trees in bloom down the end there. And the walkway is fully decked with lights and arrows in case you get lost. Quite different. And God help me, I don't know what that could be. A viewing platform of some sort for mountains. There's a lady down here hawking her apples, but they are massive. And I think she's selling them by the bucketful, and I'm not in the market for them, unfortunately. Okay, as we're going along here, I'm noticing something. I'm not seeing a hell of a lot of roadkill. I'd expect to see maybe squirrel, badger, maybe, even a deer. There's nothing. Not even a dead cat. So, I've still got an hour to burn, and yet again I just have managed to stumble across something quite significant. a whole collection of burial tombs from the Silla period. Just right there, and the parking, not an issue. Fantastic parking. So we'll go and have a look, shall we? We'll take our time. We've got an hour. Why not? So I've just read a sign that tells us that this damage has been the result of Typhoon Hanmayo or Hanyo. Anyway, a typhoon did this. I've made it into the city centre of Gyeongju and eventually found the apartment. And I thought I had parked in the correct place. Day 15 reveals that I had not, and that needed correcting right away, first thing. Anyway, the remainder of my evening is all centred around putting up my feet and getting some washing done. It's high time that bag got emptied. So that was all for day 14.